Hi, Aries. Welcome to your September 2022 monthly horoscope. I'm Alexander Creek, astrologer and intuitive. Let's go ahead and talk about the month of September. So, just a reminder to watch the video for your rising sign. So, if you know your rising sign and Aries isn't it, I would watch the video for your rising sign because it's going to make a little bit more sense. It's going to be a little bit more directly applicable to your life. However, if you don't know your rising sign and you're an Aries sun, totally cool. It may resonate with you anyway. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. September is a little less chaotic than August was, or at least that's the way it's looking. We just had a lot of really dynamic energies in August 2022, especially along the fixed signs, especially for Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. There was just a lot going on that month, and I can testify to that as someone with a lot of fixed sign energy. Let's talk about what's going on for you this month because there's still plenty happening in the sky. We have new moon, full moon, Mercury retrograde this month, Venus changing signs. So for Aries, first of all, I want to talk about a little bit about last month because I didn't mention this in your recording for last month. And Mars, your ruling planet, the planet of action, of energy, of passion, of anger, of conflict, of heat. That planet it changed signs around August 20th last month. And Mars usually stays in a sign around 2 months. Because there was a Mars retrograde in the sign of Gemini right at the end of Gemini, Mars is in Gemini for a really long ass time. It will be there for about 7 months. So it's going to change. So it's finally going to change signs into Cancer around March 2023. So this is a big deal, and I wanted to note this energy. So Mars is going to be in your third whole sign house for about 7 months. So you may feel a lot more passion and energy around kind of defending your thoughts and opinions. Because the third house is a planet, or excuse me, that's not the planet. The third house is the house of communication, your local community, your thoughts, and also your siblings. So you could just be a little bit more argumentative, or a little bit more passionate about sharing your personal viewpoint or your thoughts and your opinions. There could be, and wherever Mars is transiting through your chart is really just going to show where there's an increase of energy and motivation. So this could also just mean that there's a lot more energy and motivation around, spending time possibly with siblings or extended family members, but it could also bring conflict in those areas as well. You may also just be doing a lot of short distance travel. Like third house is a house of like day trips or like traveling short distances or really kind of being a lot more active in your neighborhood, in your community. So it just feels like your daily life is going to be much busier. There's kind of this amped up feeling around daily routines and your daily kind of like daily errands and that kind of stuff. Third house kind of covers a lot of topics, but there's generally a feeling of just being busier in those areas and perhaps feeling a little bit aggravated occasionally in those areas because where Mars is transiting through our chart can kind of know where there's a little bit where we need to take action on something or where there's a little bit of occasional kind of aggravation or inflammation. So just kind of be aware of that. And also Mars being in Gemini, it's kind of like watch your words as well because Mars in Gemini is really, it's talking about kind of like heated conversations or Mars in Gemini is just going to be a little bit more argumentative. It's also just you may just feel like your thoughts are kind of running away, are running away, are running away with you because, Mars tends to energize and heat up kind of whatever it touches or, and also whatever sign it's in. So Gemini is like, it's a sign of like our thoughts and our communication. So for you, this is kind of applying sort of like doubly, right? Because we already talked about third house as being about communication. So you may just want to take note of that. But it can also help you, if you're not the type to express your opinion, to use your voice, this transit can really help you do that. But just like with all transits, just kind of note it. Don't worry about it. You don't want to spend time kind of worrying about it. But I would just note that your thoughts and your opinions, your communication is going to be a little spicier over these next 7 months. So, all right. So on September 5th, Venus, the planet of love, harmony, relationships, money, aesthetics, she is going to change signs into Virgo. She's going to be in Virgo from September 5th through September 29th. This happens to be in your sixth house. So Venus going into your sixth house, anything with your daily work, sixth house is about work and health. So Venus is going to bring maybe some harmony or maybe some opportunity to this area of your chart. So this could be, hey, we could be getting along with coworkers a little bit better. There's maybe a little bit more harmony at work. There's perhaps a chance to kind of attract opportunities to you in your workplace as well. This can also be a good transit to kind of freshen up your health routines, to take care of your physical bodies, maybe implement some kind of new healthy eating routine or some kind of exercise thing, and to really bring some kind of harmony into the area of your life where it's kind of a grind. The sixth house is like your grind every day. It's like our work and our health, like the things that we have to do to kind of maintain these things. So Venus is going to bring a little bit of pleasing energy to that portion of your chart for the rest of the month from September 5th through September 29th. Next, we have a full moon in Pisces. So a full moon tends to bring culmination and completion, illumination, or awareness to some area of our life. This full moon is going to be landing in your 12th house. So there's a couple things going on with this full moon. This full moon is it's conjunct Neptune, so it's I wouldn't say it's the tightest conjunction ever. It's kind of wide, meaning it's like it's getting close to the planet. It's not exactly kind of next to Neptune when we look at the chart, but it's still close enough for it to count, in my opinion. And Pisces and Neptune have a lot of similarities in the fact that this full moon kind of feels like a very dreamy kind of full moon. Pisces is a sign of imagination, compassion, dreams. Like we're all one kind of energy, and the full moon conjunct Neptune is really going to kind of amplify anything connected to your imagination, to your intuition, to listening to your dreams. It's sort of like intuition over logic is kind of the vibe I get with this. It does have a tendency to kind of make your mind a little bit foggier. Your kind of rational thinking kind of slows down a little bit, but this is a really vibey full moon is kind of what it feels like. This full moon is going to be in your 12th house. So your 12th house is about the unconscious. It's about rest, mental health, spirituality, kind of being isolated, like taking time away to just chill out, to walk in nature, to do some meditation, to do some dream work. All of those things are going to be kind of more active for you around this full moon. So this full moon feels a little bit more like a spiritual retreat. And I would say to really kind of watch your dreams, listen to your intuition, and you just may feel connected more with like the vibe than logical mind, basically. And I would say really get some rest around this full moon, or it's going to call you to get some rest around this full moon, and that is on September 10th. We have Mercury, the planet of communication, stationing retrograde on the same day as well on September 10th. So, whenever we have a Mercury retrograde, it's about reflecting, reviewing, going back over things. Yes, there can be delays or kind of mishaps in communication or with technology or travel. Those types of delays and kind of like that weird energy does tend to happen more around when it stations. So when Mercury, from our vantage point, looks like it just stops moving, so that's going to be around the 10th, the 11th, and then around October 1st and 2nd are those dates where it stations. It kind of looks like it stops moving. Those are really the dates where you're going to kind of want to notice, like, okay, I just need to be extra careful, with technology or with communicating or just kind of expecting to make some adjustments in those areas. Mercury is going to retrograde in your partnership sector first. So from September 10th until September 23rd, you may be reviewing or going back over anything related to relationships or partnerships. This could be romantic. This could be, close friendship. This could be like a roommate. This could be a business partner. This could even be someone that you are that you are taking legal action against as well. So this is just saying that you may be reviewing things in those areas, especially because Libra is the sign of of relationships, of like balance and justice. So you may be going over things like, does this feel fair? Is this equitable? From let's see, from wow, I cannot talk, from September 23rd through October 2nd. Mercury is going to change signs and it's going to dip into your sixth house. So you may be doing that retrograde, reflecting, reviewing, going back over things coming back from the past, relating to your work, your coworkers, your employees, and your health as well. It could also be even involving pets, because sixth house can involve pets as well. So next we have the new moon in Libra. A new moon kind of represents like a new beginning, a new cycle, a seed being planted at somewhere in your chart. That new moon is going to be in your seventh house of partnership, where you're spending some time in the month, kind of going back over things, reflecting and reviewing kind of how you want to proceed in partnerships. That new moon takes place September 25th. It's actually shortly after Mercury leaves that part of your chart. So it's kind of like you're going over things and thinking about how you may want to proceed in relationship or in partnership. And then there is that new moon in Virgo right after Mercury leaves that part of your chart. So this is it's like you may have a little bit more clarity by the time that new moon does happen. So new beginnings in partnership, in relationship, in business partnerships, or in anything that brings you into relationship with other people. There's going to be some kind of opportunity for that. In it, and this could be a time where you're like, okay, this may be a time where you're like, okay, I actually want to enter into a relationship with someone, or I want to go into business with someone, or you're thinking about, merging things with someone else. There does just feel the partnership area of your chart looks like it's getting a little bit of action. It's getting a lot of thought and new opportunity this month. So that is it for you guys. I hope that made sense to you. Hope that was helpful. If you liked this video or if you like this podcast, please like and comment if you're watching on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure to leave a 5-star review, and because that always really helps. If you are on YouTube, maybe leave a comment and let me know kind of what's been going on for you, or kind of what you're looking forward to this month with these transits. So welcoming you into September. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.